Growth, longevity, understanding, and integrity. Me and you, we on the road, progress, self-discovery. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it with my people, like mine. What you gonna do when you need it? What you gonna do? Reboot.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Good afternoon, TGIF. Hey, family.
Hey.
How's it going? How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Welcome to reBOOT, guys. Oh, come on. That's a TGIF doing good. It's Friday. The weekend's coming.
Yes.
Welcome to reBOOT the podcast. Thank y'all for coming in. How you doing, BTD Mom? Good afternoon. Valerie, good afternoon. Thank y'all for coming in and talking with us today. Shelly, what's going on? How was your week?
This was a nice, slow week, and it's going to continue to be a nice, slow weekend. We have no plans, which is something we absolutely needed after Halloween weekend was so busy. So I'm ready for it.
Oh, your Halloween weekend was busy?
It was busy, man. I mean, it was fun, but it was busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were nonstop go.
Oh my gosh. That's good. That's when you know you get into a certain point in life when you ain't got nothing going on and you're super excited about that life. I just need some time, okay?
I'm super excited about it. What about you? Because you looking like it's been a fabulous week.
Listen, reBOOT family, do y'all see anything different about me? Wait, hold on. I can't hear y'all, but let me show you the full effect.
Listen. That is change. That is off the chain.
Listen, I feel like a new woman. I feel like a breath of fresh air. I don't know. I was worried that it would make me. Actually, one night I was cleaning up my house and I was just like, you know what? I'm about to cut my hair. And I just went in the bathroom and cut it. But I've been talking about this for years. I've been having this on my Pinterest board. I want to try this cut. I haven't done it yet. But I finally did it. Then I went to a barber. You know, he got me straight, faded me on the sides and everything. You know, he got me in the club.
I cannot tell you how good it looks. Like it looks like you've had it forever. Like it fits you perfectly. It looks amazing.
Listen, thank you so much. That feels like I was worried I would look like a boy. I keep asking people, do I like a boy? But
girl, stop. Far from it.
Baby, all those
Yeah.
beautiful curves you got. All of those
Listen,
beautiful
Giving
curves you got.
Janelle
Ain't nothing
Monáe.
on you looking like a boy.
this is what I need to hear.
Nothing.
No, I'm just playing. I
That's for
really
real.
like it. Thank you guys. Thank you. One reason. Yep, I'm at my sister's house. You know, she calls this room the Navy. So this is where we are today. You know, just taking it easy, looking at the beautiful trees, and they're all different colors down here in Kansas City. Because you know the trees don't change in Texas. So I always love coming to see these and all the different colors and stuff. So yeah.
Yes.
I do
Yes.
look like me. Wait, one reason is really helping me. I really do like it feels so like I just feel I thought I was gonna regret it because I've cut my hair in the past and I've been like, I shouldn't have did that. But like this time I just feel really good. I just feel cute. I like it. I feel
Yo,
free.
he put it in a perfect way though, because that's exactly what I meant. Like it doesn't at first I was like, yes, but even just looking at it, it's like this is just you. It's just you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
me, Phoenix Leora, baby. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for the positive feedback. And Jean, how was your week? Let us know. Thank you, one reason.
Listen, my week was good. I'm still out here on your hair. And so I don't have to say anything about my week. This is all I want to say. Big Moochie, baby. Hey, come on, right now, we're going out to Come on with that. You gonna step on to the right and then step on. Come on, bring it out, girl. Ow. What's going on, Shelly?
I don't know this. I don't know the dance. Wait, Big Moochie. I don't know dance. I'm gonna learn it for next week. Don't even worry about it.
Anytime something happens up in the Lions Den, we pull out Big Moochie, baby.
Hey.
Baby, it's Big Moochie, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's some Big Moochie, baby, moving right there.
I'm gonna have to learn the dance, okay? Because next time that pops up, I'm gonna be ready, okay? That's all I got to say.
I'm not even gonna try. Best I got is this little shoulder rock right here.
Shelly, that's all you need. You hear
That's
me?
all you need, baby. That's all you need.
Listen, it's been a good week.
Yeah.
We're coming off of Halloween, and as you guys know, we had a little Halloween contest popping on the reBOOT this page, and so we asked you guys to put in or give us your Halloween costume, and you have the opportunity of winning a prize. So what we're gonna do right now is kind of go through the people who did submit their costume, and we're gonna see who do we decide, and we're gonna let the comments. We're gonna let you guys, the reBOOT family. We're gonna let you guys vote and see who had the best costume. Okay, so this first one, I don't know if she's listening to the podcast today, but this is actually my high school friend. We went to high school together, Lincoln College Preparatory Academy, baby, LCPA. And her name is Felicia Kelsey. She's actually a teacher, and this is her favorite time of the year. And if you follow her on Facebook, she had like 4 or 5 different costumes. They all was dope. So that was her first one. I think she was Beetlejuice.
Another shot of that. She had another shot of that. I'm gonna put that up for you as well. I just got to make that transition.
Now, when's the last time y'all seen Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
First of all, Felicia look a little thick in the picture, though. I ain't gonna front. She look a little. I love the little leggings. That's so cute on her. But when's the last time y'all watched Beetlejuice? It's been a while for me.
Me too. I tried to find it on everywhere. The month of October because I love watching the spooky movies. I couldn't find it anywhere for free. I found it a couple places for like $5.99, but I didn't want to pay $5.99.
Did you look on Tubi?
You know what? It did pop Tubi once, but I couldn't figure out how to. And I must have like an old account, and I put my effort into it. But it did. So like 1 week it popped up on Tubi, and then the next week it was back on Amazon Prime for $5.99.
Not $5.99. They kill me with that. I hate it. It's worse than going to. I'd rather go to Blockbuster.
48-hour rental. You want me to pay $5.99 for a 48-hour rental?
It's crazy. Like y'all make enough money.
Is my favorite like spooky funny character, so I love it. Did you guys know they have a Broadway now?
I didn't know that. Wow.
There's a Beetlejuice play. I want to see it.
I will go see it. I don't even remember the movie. But I know if you say Beetlejuice a number of times, then he come or something like that.
All you gotta do is say my name 3 times in a row. It must be spoken, unbroken.
Well, don't say it here on the reBOOT podcast, because I don't want to be a part of it, because I don't know Beetlejuice like that. You ain't gonna get me to say Beetlejuice a whole bunch of times. You ain't gonna get me to say Candyman a whole bunch of times. No, I'm not doing it. No.
Y'all got me cracking up. Y'all got me cracking.
One reason said that he's seen him about a few months ago. So y'all on it.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon.
There was a cartoon?
I don't remember the cartoon. Wow.
I didn't know that.
Okay, this is the second one. This beautiful creature, this beautiful chocolate woman. Y'all don't know this, but this is my beautiful big sister, Marshonda Willingham. Can we get an applause for her? I'll do a snap. This is one of my favorite people in the world. But yeah, this is my sister. She was. I don't know why I'm doing the cheers like I won. Yeah, she is the Rebel Inc.'s pastor, honey, because she gonna let you know what it is and how it goes down.
She looks like she dressed up as me after 6 months of solo parenting.
Shelly, look. It's hard work. First of all, let's give another applause for Shelly, who holds it down, baby. Listen. That's how it be sometimes. That's how it be.
That's what I look like. That right there is what I look like.
Well, Marshonda came to Halloween as Shelly after 6 months of solo parenting, and we think she did a good job. We love the white dress.
Love it. Love it.
I'm just kidding. Marshonda is actually the Bride of Frankenstein. Now, what's funny about this is that she's never actually seen the movie. So she didn't know who the Bride of Frankenstein is, and she didn't quite know what she did. But it was funny, but she pulled it off. I really liked it. She put her hair up.
You know what? I give her props then, because she killed that. She killed
right?
that. A lot of Bride of Frankensteins I see, they try to like pretty it up with like lashes and gems and jewelry. She got like the scratches and like the gore part of it, and she got the hair on point. Like she killed it in the movie.
I'm like, come on, sis.
Sure.
Come on, sis. Now, was it a separate movie? Because actually, I'm telling on her, I don't think I ever seen a movie either. Was Bride of Frankenstein like a sequel to Frankenstein, or was she in the first
Bride
one?
of Frankenstein's its own. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I feel like, yeah, they haven't remade it like they made Frankenstein, so it's just the original 1935. But I wish I could get. It's in black and white, but she truly killed it.
35. Jesus, it's in black and white. That's okay.
Hey,
truck driver, how you doing? Hello. Thank y'all for coming in. Come on into the room. Come on in here with us at the reBOOT on Friday at 2 p.m. We appreciate y'all for coming. And one reason is about to be my favorite person today, because you just listen. Yes, I tried to get myself together today. I got the wings on there, and if you do makeup, that sometimes that's difficult to kind of master. I haven't mastered it, but I think it's cute. So yes, I did a little bit of makeup today, so thank you.
Oh, you're beautiful, girl. Just beautiful,
you're
darling.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's true. Okay, that's it.
So one reason, if you got a friend,
mm-hmm.
If you got a friend, tell him.
You let him know. But don't send just anybody my way. If you got a friend that you know. Oh, okay. He said no. Well, cut it. It's done. Wait. The Rebel Link said you got a friend in Jesus. Come on. Jesus is my man. That's what I keep telling everybody that's trying to come back from the past.
Bums, though. They're not. They just need some change in their life.
I can't deal with it. I've been telling everybody who's been trying to come back from my past and trying to get stuff back going with me. I've been telling them that I gave my life to God, and also I gave that to Jesus too. So it's Jesus. So I can't just be giving it out to nobody. I'm a nun now. That's what I've been telling people. And the folks think I'm crazy, but that's how I'm living right now.
See,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
You here for being a nun?
Yes, I'm here for it.
What?
She's here for it because she's married.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Married folk are here for it.
If you become a nun, you can't have no more fun time. You can't even.
No, I'm here for you. Like, I'm in the support of you.
Yeah, I knew what you meant, Shelly.
Oh, okay, because my mom was like, hold on, wait. It was completely a joke. I'm not here for it. No.
She was giving you love, Lena.
I'm trying to be a supportive pal, okay?
Namaste. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, guys. So listen, y'all saw the pictures. I want everybody to comment, chime in, let us know who you feel like had the best costume between Felicia Kelsey, which was Beetlejuice, and Marshonda Willingham, who was Bride of Frankenstein.
Beetlejuice
this is so hard for me.
Beetlejuice is 1, and Bride of Frankenstein is 2. Beetlejuice is 1. Bride of Frankenstein. I can't talk today, y'all. Bride of Frankenstein is 2.
Okay. The one reason said Beetlejuice, so that's 2. So that's 2 for 1. Okay. Okay. Rib Link said 2. Oh,
this one's hard for me because Beetlejuice is my favorite, but now that I know that Marshonda never saw the movie and the effort that she put into the costume without seeing the movie, this makes it complicated.
Feeling it. You see what I'm saying?
Because I'm here for, I'm in full support of the effort. You had to
we got another one. We got another Beetlejuice. I really like the Beetlejuice costume. I'm gonna try not to be biased because, first of all, you can't ever go wrong with stripes. It's been a long time since I've seen Beetlejuice, and I like how she did her face makeup. She had the green and the brown, and then she had her hair wild, and I just love it.
Right, one reason, but she had the dress, she had the scars, she did it. She went into it.
Yes. Shelly, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but Beetlejuice had makeup on point. Felicia is her name.
Felicia Kelsey
had her makeup on point as well.
There she is. There's number 1, ladies and gentlemen. There's number 1.
I'm gonna vote.
There's number 1. And we're gonna come back. And here's number 2. Here's number 2 coming at you.
Sorry about that. My tablet kept beeping. I said, hold on now.
Take care of your business.
Like I know when
don't do me like that. Highlight bling.
It can only mean one thing.
Are we still listening to Drake?
We're like we are. Okay, let me see. Okay, we got 3 1s and 2 2s.
Why would we have canceled Champagne Poppy?
The Champagne Poppin'?
I said, why would we have canceled Champagne Poppy?
Who is that?
Drake.
I'm like, wait. Who is that?
Children, we're 3-3.
3-3.
I mean, we're neck and neck. That means you got to vote, Angine.
I'm going to recuse myself because I don't want to be biased. So I'm going to ask one more person out there in the chat. Please, please, please come through. Please, please, please. One Reason said he really enjoyed your chat on Sunday. You did a great job, Lena, Phoenix Leor, by the way.
Listen,
you did a good job.
Thank you so
much.
What did
I miss?
STL invited me on to Yes You podcast, which it comes on Sundays at 6 p.m. And I basically just talked about the Halloween research that we did, and we talked about on our podcast. Yes. So it was it was interesting, hearing the different perspectives and hearing what Jay Bez and Tyrone and Royalty had to say. But I was excited to be on there and talking with you guys. But let me just say, we couldn't really get into the conversation because all the people on Yes You podcast has a mind for time, and they're thinking about time, and they can't even put their mind on anything else. So it was quite hilarious, actually.
Wow, I can't.
Y'all don't know who Tom is. If y'all don't know who Tom is, you got to chime in and listen to Yes You podcast, and I'm sure Tom is going to come back up this Sunday. I'm sure of it. Is it Tom and Gene?
Y'all stuck on Tom.
Yes, Tom was the big gun.
Yeah, he was the big gun.
Tom was the big gun.
I gotta tune in again. I've missed something.
They was looking for him. I was like, I did what was it? I did a word association game, and I said, "Tell me what you guys think of when you hear this word." And the first one that I said was pagan, and I think Jay Bez was like sex cult, sex, an orgy, and I was like, "Oh." And then the next person, royalty. What do you think of when I say Roman Empire? And what did she say? Sex. Roman Empire sex. All right. Y'all just, and then AG said Tom. I don't even remember what I gave her. She was being funny. And Tyrone, I don't remember what he said, but I think he said sex too.
Everybody was sexed up.
Cannot.
Yeah.
But I would imagine,
Shelly.
I would imagine that Sunday is the day that most people have sex on. That's what I would imagine. If somebody was doing statistics, I would think it's Sunday.
I'd say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's holy communion. It's union.
Okay, we got 5 for Marshonda. Mm-hmm. What do we have for Felicia?
3, I believe.
1, 2, 3.
Exactly what reason. It was a horny wing. Exactly. And take that however you may.
I can.
Okay, so it's 5-3.
Do we want to leave the vote?
Marshonda.
Oh,
Marshanda's our winner.
She's our winner. We're gonna send her that 25 buckaroos. And please,
I would like to go ahead, AG.
I was just gonna say, please know that we appreciate you entering into the contest. This year we just had 2 entries, both of which were very good. And hopefully next time around, we're gonna blow it out of the water. So we'll have some more contestants next time around. But Marshonda Willingham, congratulations to you, baby. And I will be. Do you have her Cash App so I can send her those little? We'll get that together. We'll get that.
I'll send you her Cash App. Yes,
please.
She won. Congratulations. We thank y'all for, like I did, thank y'all for participating. Next year, I'm decreeing and I'm saying that we're gonna have 100 entries.
Come on.
For the Halloween, because they say speak it and then you shall receive, ask and you shall receive. And I'm saying,
come on,
with the power right behind my words, that we're going to have 100 entries.
We will have it. We will have it.
Come on.
I did 10 times. We're going to have 100 entries. Listen. Okay. We appreciate y'all. So we're going to get into our topic for today, guys. Are you guys excited? I'm excited.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about physical health.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
This is something that we all talk about, something that's important in everybody's life. I know it's something that I've been trying to figure out for a long time. But also, I think it's interesting to talk about what is the dynamics of physical health and how do you define physical health and what does it mean to you? So let's start off with Shelly. How do you define physical health and what does it mean to you?
This definition has evolved for me over the years. Right now, at this point in my life, I define physical health as a balance between being mentally and emotionally aware and also physically fit in some type of routine. For me, that does not mean, for a long time, for me, that meant like skinny and like muscular and starving. But now I've kind of absolved myself of that feeling. So right now it just means being able to like get up the stairs without getting winded, get up and doing some type of workout every day. It doesn't have to be anything that's just like gut busting, but something that gets me off my butt, but also makes me comfortable enough to just continue living without being obsessed with results.
That's interesting. Okay.
That is what physical health means to me.
So then what was the change for you? You said at first it was just you were focused on becoming skinny, having the muscle. So when did the change happen?
The change, well, so it's been a couple years, but the change happened because I found myself in a position where I was so obsessed with results, I was literally starving myself. I was like, but I was also breastfeeding. So not only am I now starving myself, I'm starving the baby. So it's like I found myself in a position where baby wasn't gaining weight. The doctor was like, okay, why is she not gaining weight? and I didn't want to say, oh, I'm trying to be skinny. So I was just like, okay, I have to do something different, because all of these fads and all of these diets that tell you, oh, you can't eat, you can't eat, you can't eat, and work out, work out, work out to death, they're not healthy. It's not a balance. So I think I was doing that, and I genuinely thought it was right until I realized, oh, I'm losing weight, but my baby's also losing weight, and this is not a situation that is conducive for either of us, because I was also like very like hangry all the time. Like if my husband stopped and got fast food, I literally told him, eat it in the car. Don't even bring it in the house. I don't even want to see it. Don't bring it anywhere near me. And like whenever he was like, oh, let's get pizza for dinner, I would literally get mad, like so mad. Why would you even suggest pizza? And you know I'm trying to lose weight. So it was like I was very angry, and I was losing weight, but I like wasn't happy with it, and like no amount of weight loss was making me happy. So I was just like, this can't be right. So I had to find a balance of, I'm happy with where I'm at. If I obtain results, great, I'll be happy with that. But just the physical aspect of feeling better is good enough for me. So like just the aspect of being able to get up and play with the kids longer, or hey, I drank more water today, or I only had one Dr. Pepper this week. That is enough for me to be happy and content with what I am seeing.
Okay.
Y'all might see a gut, but I see abs. Like there's abs under that gut.
Come on. It's abs under that gut.
There's abs. Okay. One day y'all gonna see the abs, but right now y'all see the gut. But I know that you know what I know.
Starts here. It starts here.
We
have a question. Anita Harvey said,
yes.
Can you be mentally balanced while fat? This is a good question. And I think this has a lot to do with perception.
Like, I feel like I am. I feel like I'm fat. So one of the things I wanted to get into today is this BMI index chart that I posted. If anyone's on our Facebook page, I posted it on the Facebook page. And it's just the BMI index that they have like on the back of the doctor's office door that tells you like what range you should be in to be healthy. I'm in the obese range. Like I don't even think I'm in the unhealthy range. I think I'm in the obese range. And I'm happy. Like I'm seeing small results. I'm seeing small wins. And I just don't want to drive myself stir crazy trying to get skinny.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that was more of a mental imbalance for me. Like literally telling my husband he has to eat his food in the car. Don't bring fast food in the house. That's crazy.
That's I mean, crazy. And it makes you think about, why is food making you react like that? Like, why can you be in the room with food and can't not eat it? It makes you think. It's like crack. If a crackhead is in the room and he's been clean for 2 months and he sees a piece of crack and he's in there with it, he's probably gonna smoke that crack because it's an addiction and you can't help yourself.
They do say, especially in America, there's so much sugar in all of our foods that they are addictive.
Yeah, it's interesting. Me personally, to the question. Maybe it will get there. I mean, I think we have to do a lot more. I mean, I would say regulation, but I mean, we are regulated as far as what is accepted and what's not accepted, what can be sold and what can't be sold, what can be ingested. But I don't know. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be more so people realizing that processed food is not necessarily the most healthy, even if it's minimally processed. So I mean, essentially, the more unprocessed food you eat, the better off you are health wise. It's the way that you think about herbalists and people who are like natural medicine. A lot of the times they're going to prescribe you some type of something to ingest, like a herb or some type of food to ingest to help you with whatever ailments are in your body. So, I mean, I don't see food as medicine, or, in the past, I didn't see food as, oh, it's something that could heal me, or, oh, this or that and this. I just saw food as something that, it tastes good, it feels good, it's comfort food. That's what I'm going to eat. But when you kind of change your perspective, I think you can kind of change your health patterns. Now to the question, can you be mentally balanced while fat? I mean, I think you definitely can. There are a lot of people who are fat or overweight that are not necessarily unhealthy. So that's something that a lot of people don't consider or think about. You see somebody who's overweight, you automatically think they're unhealthy, and that's not the case all the time. So that's interesting. Now, as far as this BMI chart, we all know it. We've all seen it as far into when you go into the hospital and they tell you, oh, this is that and that and this. I don't know if you guys did this, but I remember being in high school and they would check your BMI by pinching a part of your, like either your leg or your arm with a little measurer, and it would tell them how much it would measure how much fat or how much what your BMI number was. Did y'all ever have that? No.
No.
Yeah, our gym teacher would do that every year. They would measure our BMI and they would say, okay, you need to do this or whatever to get healthy. But I mean, the BMI chart, I didn't know a lot about it. I just knew it was something that kind of showed you where you were physically and how much, what amount of fat you had on your body. But I mean, we realized that it's not necessarily for all body types. Um, I didn't know this, but I found out that the BMI chart was actually created by a guy named, well, his name is Lambert Adolf Jacques Quintelet. I hope I said that right. But he's a Belgium and he's not a physician. I learned that he's actually a mathematician. And he was an astronomer. He was I think it's called a statistician, where you
Statistician.
make, say it again, Jean.
Statistician.
Statistician. So you create statistics for different things like that. So I didn't realize the guy who created the BMI chart was that. But I also didn't know that he literally said that it wasn't a chart that was supposed to be, for a person specifically, because you're going to always have a group of people who don't necessarily align with the data. It's more so like a general, idea, and it could kind of give you an idea. But I think what the BMI chart does not take into account is, the different people. Like if you have somebody who has a large muscle mass, if you have somebody who has their density is much more than regular people, then they're going to come up as obese, but on the chart, but essentially they don't have that amount of fat on their body like the chart says. So I think that's why when you put if you go and reboot this on Facebook, Shelly posted the picture of the BMI chart. So we were talking about it, and a lot of people are saying, it's saying that we're all obese. Yeah, you have people who don't necessarily have a lot of fat on their body, but they're considered obese. And I think that's why a lot of people don't look to the chart anymore. People, now I still see it in doctors' offices and things like that. I don't know why we haven't updated, but. And Jean, do you have any experience with this chart, or have you seen it? Or
Oh yeah. So my experience directly would be when I was in the as a registered in insurance. Let me go there. I won't go through all the other places, but just in insurance period, the BMI chart was huge for us because it determined when we got ready to insure an individual where they fell on that BMI chart, determined also what kind of rates we got, what kind of rates we gave to the individuals. So
wow.
for people, yeah. So I mean, I think even as you said, when the guy created it in Belgium, he was not intending for its use to be utilized the way that we are now using it. But then we somehow incorporated that into our means of, well, obviously, I did the BMI chart, posted it up yesterday, Shelly, and looked at it. And of course, I am obese also. Well, if you look at it from the business side of insurance, if they can charge you more money because you're obese, it's a moneymaker. And as
Wow, yeah.
Shelly said earlier, nobody's going to be in the right range according to the BMI chart, but they're using it and utilizing it in that way so that they can basically assess what kind of rates they're going to charge you. Well, it's obviously skewed on behalf of the insurance company coming out smelling like roses and making some money if everybody that's on this chart is just blasting the chart wide open. But we did use it.
Wow, that's crazy. And it's been determined that the BMI chart, actually we have some I posted some articles and we're gonna put it in the chats, but basically information about the BMI chart and who created it and when did it start. But it's so outdated. Like it's like from way back in the day. So it's like, why would we still be using that to give people rates on insurance when we know that it's not completely correct? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
And I
interesting.
think, just like Aunt earlier, she said that can you be mentally stable and fat? I think there is a common misconception that fat people are unhappy somehow, which is why I feel like people were so taken aback when Lizzo popped out on the scene. I don't know if you guys remember when she first like got big. People were like, "Oh my God, she's a fat girl and she's happy and she's showing her body." Like people went berserk over her doing such simple things, but it's just like fat people are happy. Like fat people aren't just sitting around miserable on the couch stuffing their faces with hot Cheetos. Like there has always been this misconception that if you are at a certain place on that chart, you're unhappy until you're skinny. And I think that's one thing that we have to get rid of. We got to throw it in the trash. You can be happy fat. That doesn't mean that you don't want to lose weight or maybe get physically healthier. You can still get physically healthier and be happy throughout the journey. You don't have to hate your body in order to love your body and change it because you love it and you know there are certain things that are going to make you feel better and do them.
Yeah. And I mean, this is not just the people who are fat, people who are big. It's not even just an issue for those people because
Mhm.
you'll have people and women and men who are skin like a size 8, size 10, and they want to lose weight and they want to be skinny and they can't see that. Okay, you're in shape, you're there, but they can't see it. So it's not necessarily just a problem for people who are overweight. I think everybody has insecurities about their weight, and it's just this is the society that we live in, and this is the idea of beauty that we have, and so we kind of just have to fight against that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love people like Lizzo, people who are not that are different from what we expect to be beautiful or acceptable come out and really show, okay, you can have a different way, you can look a different way and still have a beautiful, great life. And I'm a bigger woman. I'm a plus size woman. I've always been a bigger woman, a bigger person. So it has been a struggle for me throughout my life. I feel like I've been trying to lose weight and be healthier since I was probably like in the fourth or fifth grade when I became
Mm-hmm.
aware of it. When I became aware that okay, I'm bigger than these other kids. I'm bigger than my cousins and my sister and everything, whatever. So it's just been a continuous journey, and I've had to learn that it's okay to be my size. And now me personally, I do have some health issues, but it doesn't. I know a lot of people who are even bigger than me that have no health issues. So it's we have to get
Mm-hmm.
rid of that misconception. Now, for me, I do want to lose weight and lose a few pounds because I have diabetes. So I've had diabetes. I don't know. It's been a while. But they've always told me that I was what is it called, pre-diabetic, because of my
Pre-diabetic.
size. Not necessarily, just because I've been bigger, because it's BMI chart, I've always been pre-diabetic. And so I always thought that was interesting because I never really felt like I was unhealthy. I was a very active kid. I did sports and all of that type of stuff, but I was always pre-diabetic.
Mhm.
And so I never believed it. So then when I actually became
Index that looks at.
Oh,
diabetic,
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
it's okay. When I actually became diabetic, it was hard for me to believe because I'm just like, oh, here we go again. Here's this stuff they talking about. Here we go again. Um, but I think it's interesting. I think it's important just to kind of go for a healthy life. Um,
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't necessarily have an issue with my size. I just want to be healthy. So one
Yeah.
of my goals for this year coming up is going to be to not be diabetic uh, in the future after this year.
Mhm.
So basically, it's just like an AC1. I can't think of the name. I'm not thinking of it, but they level your amount of sugar in your blood, and I want it to be under the level of diabetic, so that I
Mhm.
don't have to take the medicine anymore and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's one of my goals. I did want to say
To
that
lower your A1C.
A1C, I say AC1. Y'all know I'm a little dyslexic or whatever that is. I'm always switching up the letters and stuff.
So you know what? That's very
A1C.
interesting. And really quickly, I just wanted to just a brief story. Your A1C, it can be affected by other factors too. Shortly after I had my first baby, sorry, I had to catch my breath. I don't know if y'all just saw me kick my baby out. But shortly after I had my first baby, I got on a birth control called Nexplanon, and it's an implant in your arm, one of the implanted birth controls. And after I had him, I lost all of my pregnancy weight, and I was actually down below my pre-pregnancy weight. So I was like, all right, great. You know, I snapped back, whatever. I felt good. So when I went and got on birth control to protect myself, I was on that birth control from April, so a year, because I was on birth control from April to May of the next year. I gained 85 pounds. My A1C shot through the roof, and I was pre-diabetic for the first time in my life. Oh, wow. So I'm telling my doctor, like, it's the birth control. I've never had these problems ever. The birth control is doing this to me. And she was convinced that it was not. And no shot to her ethnicity, but she was an Asian woman. And she was like, no, you're just not working out enough. You guys, I was eating no bread, no pasta, no like extra starches or carbs at all. Eating like little egg muffin thingies with tomato and sausage in the morning, and then salad for lunch and dinner. Grilled chicken on the salad. And I was working out every single day for an hour just to prove to her that it was the birth control. I did this for like 4 months, and I went back to her. A1C still high, cholesterol still high, blood pressure still high, but I lost weight. I was down like 5 pounds. And she goes, look, you're losing weight. And I'm like, clearly the weight's not the problem. Like, the problem is the A1C. The problem is the cholesterol and the high blood pressure. So, finally, I convinced her to take it out. I'm like, I just begged. I was just like, please, just take it out and let's see. Let's just see if it's the problem. And so she low key kind of threatened me, because she was like, if I take it out, I'm not putting it back in 4 months or 2 months or whatever, when you see that it wasn't the problem. And I'm like, literally, I don't want it back in. Like, I never want it back in again in my life, because on top of the weight issues, it also messed with like my anxiety and and it gave me PPD. Anyway, long story. She took it out. I immediately lost the weight. It took me like 4 more months on top of the 4 months. So in the 4 months before she took it out, I had lost 15 pounds. The 4 months after she took it out, I lost 35.
Wow.
So I'm just like, here you go. I go back to the doctor. A1C levels are normal. Cholesterol is normal. Blood pressure is normal. So for women especially, we have to pay attention to those numbers, and we have to pay attention to our hormones, because other factors could contribute to not only weight gain, but also the amount of hormones that we are producing. And they could literally be killing us. Some of these birth controls, and they're like, what kills me is when I did the little interview after I got it taken out, because Nexplanon sent me an email and they were like, how was your experience on Nexplanon? I'm like, bitch, it gave me anxiety. I couldn't fucking drive. I was paranoid as fuck. And
let them know.
Alone, like, it was terrible. Yeah. And then they were like, but did you get pregnant though? And it's like, no, but do you see all of these other problems? No, I didn't get pregnant, but like, the
symptoms is worse than the what they cured.
But it did its job though, right? Like, you didn't get pregnant. And I'm like, no, I didn't get pregnant. But literally, it drove me crazy. Loosely using that word. I don't really like that word, but it drove me crazy. And it gave me horrible hormonal imbalances. It was insane. So pay attention to your birth control. Pay attention to what you're putting into your body, as well as the other factors, because I mean, diabetes is genetic as well, but there could be other things causing you problems.
Yeah, I want to kind of.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just saying, Crazy Beartown said she also had a female doctor of Asian descent, and they fought about everything. Choosing and having a doctor that gets you is important. It is. And I learned that importance with her.
Do you guys feel that that's Do you feel that that's inappropriate for the doctor to like fight you on everything that they say, or what do you think is an appropriate response for the doctor? Because I think this is an issue.
In my case, I do feel like it was inappropriate because when I brought her my charts previous to the birth control and I showed her I never had these problems, even when I wasn't eating as great and wasn't doing the best things health-wise, and I showed her I wasn't having these problems, it's almost like she ignored it. She was just like, oh, well, I don't care what you were doing before. You had a baby. Babies change everything. And it's like, they change a lot, but it's not like that. Especially the simple fact of me having the baby, losing all of the weight, being below the weight that I was before I even got pregnant, and then just not only blowing up physically, but also having all of these underlying conditions that were affecting my health majorly. I'm just like, you ignored all the signs, and then me telling you, you continued to ignore me. And I literally had to beg y'all. I mean, in tears on the table. And I'm like, please, Dr. Chin. I think her name was oh, let me not give her name. But I'm just like, please just take it out. Let's just see, please. Just take it out and let's see. And she finally did. She scheduled me an appointment the next week to have it taken out. And I want to say in 2 weeks, I saw a remarkable, and I even felt better. Like, it was almost like a weight off of my chest. I was breathing better. I was sleeping better. I just genuinely felt better.
I've seen a lot on social media where a lot of people give the advice that when you ask your doctor to do something and they refuse to do it, then you have them or tell them to document that they refuse to take, or they refuse to take out something, or they refuse to give you this part of the medication. And then usually when you say that, when you tell them to document it, they'll go ahead and do what you wanted them to do because they don't want to be liable for any issues or whatever. So that might be some advice for women, because I think a lot of women have this issue. And like me, I was studying a lot of stuff about becoming a doula and midwifery and stuff like that. So as far as like the childbirth and the labor and delivery industry, not industry, I don't want to say industry, but that part of the medical field, a lot of Black women, experience a lot of issues with that. And, our mortality rate for birth is much higher, like 2 or 3 times more higher than women of European descent. It makes me think of that. So, these doctors, you don't want to undermine your doctor. But I mean, I think if you're somebody who's responsible and who knows their health history and you feel strongly about something, it's important to kind of protect yourself, especially if you're pregnant, protect your children. Even if you're not, just protect your body. And, if you tell them to document it, then they usually change their mind. You don't have to do the fighting. So I think stuff like that is important to know, because should nobody be fighting nobody, at the doctor office. It's just, you shouldn't be doing that. And you can tell the difference between a doctor who actually like knows the stuff. Like if they know your chart, okay, which they don't train doctors like this anymore, but they should. I feel like they should, but I understand why they don't. But somebody who knows your chart, who knows your numbers, who's like, okay, let's go ahead and try this and see. And then maybe I would be a little more like I'll maybe take their advice a little bit more. But if you're just, oh, okay, what you come here for? Oh, and you just look at the computer or whatever, and you're just like, no, we're not going to take it out. Then that's a whole different story. And then I'm going to feel like I need to take care of myself and be in charge of my health, because I feel like you're more so, doctors do a lot of stuff with computers now. They're not even necessarily, they type your symptom into the programs, and the program will tell it.
Because that's supposed to make your process smoother so that you can focus more on me. When you have systems in place that are supposed to make the paperwork side of things more streamlined so that you have more time in room with the patient and to focus on the patient, and you're still not focusing on the patient, and you're still not giving your people the individualized treatment that they need, that you're in this field for the wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, I really think that they train doctors like that, because I think that they feel like they need doctors who are just, not emotionally attached, and they think that it makes you make better decisions or whatever. But I mean, I think the con of that is that you're not able to connect to the person, the specific person, and actually say, okay, yeah, my computer is telling me to give you this birth control, but I see, okay, it's giving you these, I can see that it's giving you these symptoms, and so maybe we should try a different route, as opposed to, no, I've read the label, let's just try it and go forward, and I'm gonna be against this or whatever. So that's something to try. I've never tried it. I'm going to be honest. When I get into the doctor's office, I'm usually a little uncomfortable and I'm more quiet and not as open. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, and so why are you saying that? Oh, and you think that I should do this? Well, what's the point of that? Well, can you explain that to me? When essentially I should be asking questions and being like, well, I don't understand why we're doing this mode of thing, this mode of whatever. So
Yeah.
I think it's important to build that confidence when it comes to being in a room with your doctor, and being able to stand up for yourself because essentially it's your life. Okay.
Right.
And essentially if you die, they're gonna keep on, they're gonna go on with their life. So it's important for you to like know your stuff. And I'm gonna work on that, but that's usually my issue. Do
Yeah.
y'all ever have those feelings or is it any,
No, I ask questions. I've had doctors before, especially at like emergency rooms, ask me, they're like, are you in the healthcare field? Because I will ask a million questions before I let me go.
Okay, that's good, Shelly.
A million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I think she made me that way. After she pushed so hard back on me and I knew what was happening to my body, I was like, oh no. Because before then I did trust doctors. I'm like, I feel like they've gone through all of these years of school and they've done the research and they're continuing to do the research. Like, why not trust them? And then when she was literally in my face, like, no, that can't be it. There's no way that's it. Mm-hmm. And we realized that was, and then when we realized that was it, not so much as that, oh, like, I'm sorry I didn't pay attention to that. She took it out and she's like, okay, well, it's great that you're doing good.
Yeah.
And sent me on about my way.
They're emotionally detached. One reason said advocate for yourself. And I think that's important. In Mel Holiday, it should be a teamwork between you and the doctor. It should be teamwork, not a war. Teamwork, not a war. But I think doctors be feeling like, I know the information. You don't. Like, listen to me and take my advice. But obviously, there's an issue. There's a gap of something's not going quite correct.
Yeah, but I think the problem that comes up is a lot of times you do know the information, but you're comparing me to the baseline instead of comparing me to my own self. And you have my chart in front of you. There's no reason for you to be doing that. You're just taking the easy route because you're comparing me to the information you know from school instead of comparing me to the information that has been brought to you by my medical history. And I could be that one-off. I could be. You could be the doctor who has treated that 1% or that 5% now.
Yeah.
But the complication often is that they're not comparing you to what your medical history is. They're comparing you to what they know from school, what they learned.
Yeah, and this is the exact issue with the BMI chart. It's generalized information. So everybody that comes in that's 5'9", who's 210 pounds is not necessarily obese. So I like what Crazy Berry Town said. Yes, she said, or they say yes. One reason be an advocate. I lost it. I hate when it does that.
I see it. One reason be an advocate for yourself. Write things down before you go in for your appointment to help. Yes.
This is good. This is good advice for me because I'm somebody who's very anxious. I don't ask a lot of questions. I do a lot of my mama tells me I have conversations by myself in my head, and so I do a lot of what do you call it when I already guess what somebody is thinking or whatever. I don't know, but this is good advice for me to write things down. That way I don't have to like build my courage up to ask these questions. I could just be like, these are my questions I have for you. And they can just read them off and it's no going back.
You'll be like an actor with the script. It'll almost be out of body. It's not Lena asking these questions. Yeah. This is just what my script says I need to say.
Yeah. It'll be like, doctor, may I ask you some questions? Doctor. Yes, go ahead. Okay. When my toe itches every time I scratch my butt, what does that mean? So yeah, you have to know who you are, people. Okay, everybody. I would think that Shelly's experience have made her be a little bit more assertive when it comes to this medical stuff. Me personally, I'm a little more passive, and I'm actually a passive person in life. And so then you have to figure out what ways works for you. If you don't feel comfortable with asking those questions, write it down, send the email. You know what I mean, and do the research. But I want to say that I didn't know this, but we have and we're gonna put it in the chat, the website that I have, but they have alternatives to the BMI chart. So for people who like look at the chart and they're like, this is not completely true to myself and it's not calculating my fat index correctly, they have some alternatives to it. So I'm gonna name some off and see if you guys have heard of it. Actually, have y'all heard of any of alternatives to the BMI chart?
No.
I have not.
Okay. Okay, so let's go through some of them, and we're gonna put that in the chat, the little link, so y'all can click on it. Before I go there, let me read Truck Driver's comment. He said, I had to change doctors because my last doctor said I was asking too many questions about my body.
Wow.
Wow. And you should have reported them.
Exactly. That's an issue.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, oh, this is something that I could just, oh, this is a car. If my car jacks up, my mechanic jacks up my car, I just go get another car, even though it's gonna be expensive. It's not. You get one body. That's it. So if you want to ask 1,000,003 questions, answer the 1,000,003 questions. And I also like, I've had this experience. Like I feel like doctors get irritated because you do ask the questions, and then you just like, you know what, it's okay, never mind. So I think that's an issue. I think they should.
But you can't take your frustration out on me. Via insurance or cash out of my pocket, I paid for this time slot. I paid for this appointment. So I'm going to get the questions answered that I have. And I'm going to have them answered appropriately. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then I do need to switch providers because you're not even willing to give me the time that I have compensated you for.
Yeah, you're compensated. I'm paying $200, $300 a month for this healthcare, and you talk about I can't ask questions.
And then a $20, $30, $40 copay on top of that when I get here. So you better sit down and answer some questions, get a blanket, something, get comfortable, because we're gonna be here for a minute.
Listen, a minute. Well, ma'am, we've only allotted 30 minutes for you. You're gonna have to. I've actually had a doctor tell me that. Oh, well, we've only allowed it 30 minutes for your visit. You're gonna have to make another appointment and come back. I didn't go back. I was just like, you know what? I'm cool on this. I'm cool on this health industry. I'm about to go get me a shaman. Ain't the shamans the natural doctors? I'm about to go get an herb, something rub on my body because y'all playing too much for me. Okay.
Truck driver said that he did report that doctor, and they said that they would look into it. You know how that went.
Yeah, absolutely.
They definitely got a whole team behind them. The doctors, the hospitals got lawyers, all of that. So it is a little frustrating, but I think it would be good to like do some type of some type of meeting between like patients and doctors, like once a month at hospitals, just so you could kind of bridge the gap. Because I don't necessarily think doctors are bad. There's just the way that they're taught and constructed as a doctor, it makes them this way. So if they could kind of do something.
Let's not ignore the fact that they are particularly impartial to us. They particularly think that Black people are not informed, and if they just give us the medications, and it's a business as well. They sign on contracts with some of these pharmaceuticals, and they're told to push them to certain demographics. And a lot of the times, it's Black women or Black men. So they think that a Black woman walks in, she's got high blood pressure, kind of like in the instance of Crazy Berry Town. I'm going to give her XYZ med. She's not going to ask me any questions about XYZ med. And then when you do, not only are you challenging their intelligence, you're also challenging their pockets. And that's money out of them that they've just lost because they bought all of this medicine and you don't want to take it because you want more information on it, or you want to know a more natural way to decrease your blood pressure or whatever you have.
And their authority.
So
they feel like you're
so they should
have authority
over you. It is a condition where and it's systemic. I'm not saying that doctors are racist. Like, it's just unfortunately the way certain things have been written, certain rules and laws, and even like educational devices, books, just different literature have been written. They've been written to say that Black people are predispositioned for this, so you give them this. Don't ask any other questions. We haven't done any other studies. We just know that more Black men have high blood pressure. We just know that more Black women have heart attacks. We don't know why. Just give them this medication and hopefully it works. But it's like, why is the medication the only thing you know for us?
Yeah. That's why some things that I think that they say, oh, that's genetic. Oh, that's your it's genetic for you, but I don't necessarily think it's genetic. I think it's environmental, and not necessarily like people who say, "Oh, it's genetic that you have diabetes." Well, my grandmothers had diabetes. Their mothers before them probably had diabetes, but I don't think that it's genetic. I think that it's environmental. It's the same. We're eating the same foods. We're all the generations are not exercising, like we should be. So I think we have to be careful about that also. With people telling us stuff, oh, this is da da da. Not necessarily, because if you just eat raw vegetables for 3 months, you ain't gonna have no health issues. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to talk about
Yes.
these alternatives to the BMI chart. So if you feel like it doesn't
Yes, please.
really give you information about your body, they have something called the um, RFM, which is relative fat mass. And we put the Thank You Rebel Inc. has put the link in there so you can go on there and look at it yourself. Um, let me see. This is called the relative fat mass. And so basically it is a formula to help you figure out your body fat index. And it's better for you sometimes instead of the BMI. They also have something called the BIA, which is body, oh, I can't say that word, adipocity. Never mind. It's called the BAI. Okay, so look it up. Get onto it. It's the body index. It's used to check your body fat levels based on the size of your hips and your height. Unlike the BMI, it does not use your body weight for estimations. So several studies show that this method is equal to the body fat percentage in adult men and women.
You said the hips, Lena.
Yeah, the hip circumference. So
You know, I wonder about that, and I'm listening as you're sharing the information. I think probably all of us know, but I know some people that have disproportionate butts. So if you're talking about
speak
a
on it.
measurement that, you know what I'm
I
talking
said
about? I
speak
mean,
on
it's
it.
like you look at somebody and it's like, what happened? And I'm not trying to be funny or ugly or anything. So in those instances, would that work with that particular measurement? Because I mean, we're not even talking about anything that's like, I mean, there are some people that have just a very,
Yeah,
very
I
low.
know. I know exactly what you mean. I've seen some people with like extremely wide hips.
So I just wonder how
Um,
it would work.
I would think that if you have extremely wide hips, which you don't necessarily have a lot of fat on your body, this would not be this would not be the one for you.
Indicator.
Yeah. So if,
Mm-hmm.
if you know that okay, my butt is disproportionate to my body, then I probably shouldn't use this because it's not going to give me an accurate. If your hips are this wide but your waist is this wide, it's probably going to tell you that you're morbidly obese. But you're not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily morbidly obese. You're just a little disproportionate as to this scale. So that's not the one you will use. So
Right.
that was the BIA. Then they have another one. It's called. Hold on, let me get down to it. It's called waist circumference. So this is another one that might not be for you. So basically, they measure your waist because there's a hold on. Let me just read it. Waist circumference measures often used to define your central obesity. So while it's an old-fashioned tape measure, it gives a good indicator of the amount of abdominal fat that a person is carrying and determines the risk of heart disease as well as other weight related conditions. So because you hear a lot of doctors say, the belly fat is the worst fat to
Yeah.
have because
Yeah.
it's going to be directly connected to the diseases, the diabetes or heart disease and stuff like that. So if you have it, like that would probably be a good one for me because I have a big belly. My belly is bigger; it's like the biggest part of my body, and so it could kind of tell me, okay, you got a lot of fat, and it's the bad fat, so you might want to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. It's another one. Waist to hip ratio. So this is an effective way to calculate how much excess weight a person is carrying. Waist to hip ratio is often used as a measurement of obesity and a possible indicator of several health issues such as heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure. It is calculated by the ratio of waist circumference to hip circumference. So you measure your hips and then you measure your waist and you see the difference. Let me see. And if you look on this website, they give you 3 different body types, and it's an apple body type, an avocado body type, or yeah, that's avocado. And then you
What's
have
the
an apple.
measurement from that one song where he's like 24, 44, 46? I love
Well, my
it.
name is Pose and I rock your world. I'm also known as the Gucci girl. Well, I'm super cute. Plenty of bad. 30, 26, 36 and a half. Well, I hope that you might
Wait, what is
realize I
it?
got the hazel eyes that are hypnotized. I knock it to your knees. I make you eat cheese. Yeah, be so helpless. You be begging me, please. That's everybody do.
Yes.
But it's the same measurement from that song, from the original song. 30, 26, which
30?
is the waist. Yeah, 30, 26, which is the waist, and 36 is the booty. 36 and a half.
30,
Hope
26,
that you
36.
might realize I got the hazel eyes that are hypnotized. I used to sing that all the time. First of all, Brown Sugar used to be my movie. I was talking about it on the other podcast, me and my sister.
I've never even seen Brown Sugar. Oh no, yes I have. Stop before y'all get in that chat roasting me again. I have seen it. But I just don't remember that song.
Oh, okay. It's not on the movie, cuz I didn't even say cuz. It's on the extra cuz me and my sister, I don't know what it was, but most of our childhood we watched the movies. But we watched the movie so much that we watched the credits, we watched the extras. Do you remember on DVDs they used to have the extra stuff on there that you could click onto it? It's in the music video of Love of My Life, Erykah Badu, and I think it's Common or something. And it's in the music video. And she says, well, my name is Pose and I rock your world. Yeah. And she starts beating on her.
Listen.
Hey. We used to get it. But I think it's 30.
I only bring that up because that's what that measurement reminds me of. I'm like, okay, this is where all the guys in the music videos get it from.
Yeah. The Coke bottle figure, 30, 26, 36 and a half. Well, I know I'm at least 52 at the top. In the middle, I'm probably not too far from it. And in the back is, y'all already know mine.
I didn't even know about this measuring scale, but I just measured myself last week. And when I got measured a year ago for a bridesmaid dress, but that wedding never happened. But when I got measured a year ago for a bridesmaid dress, I was 45 at the waist and 54 at the hips. But when I measured myself last week, been working out for like 5 weeks now, y'all.
Come on, girl.
I was 40 at the waist and 50 at the hips. 40 even at the waist and 50 at the hips. And then when I measured today, 38 at the waist, y'all.
Come on, Shelly. Putting that work in, baby. Putting that work in. You hear me? Listen.
Yes.
I want to know, what are all y'all's measurements? Does anybody want to put in there what your measurements is? What do you feel about it? What you trying to get down to?
38
they usually have
and 50 hips.
A little measurer thing that you can buy from Walmart, Family Dollar. You can buy it, you can get it, you can measure yourself. A lot of people like to calculate their weight loss this way because a lot of people are moved away from the scale, or they just don't like the scale because they'll be working out, and they're like, dang, I'm working out, I'm eating right, but for some reason the scale's not showing that. Right. My measurements are mine, your business.
Your business. Mind your business.
I feel you. I understand. Some people don't like to, you don't like to show it, and that's fine. That's good. But I want to bring up the fact that, and Jean, can you bring up our little video? We at the reBOOT podcast, we are starting a weight loss journey, healthy living journey. And we want you guys to join in with us. Okay. So Shelly already shared hers, but we're going to be putting on the reBOOT this we're going to be putting on the reBOOT this Facebook page our measurements or our starting photos, and we're going to say what we want to get to, and then we're going to start it. We're going to start it together, and we're going to be supportive of each other and just get to where we want to get to. Now, some people are going to want to lose weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. Some people are going to want to lose inches. Some people are just going to feel better. I want to wake up and be able to move around with the kids, And so everybody's goal is everybody's goal. And the point is just to have a group who can work together and encourage each other. So that's basically what we about to do. Okay, Tall Pump said 32, 29, 34. Come on, Tall Pumps. Yeah, it's more than just the fat. It's about getting your body and yourself in where you want to be. like me, I don't necessarily need to lose. I don't want to like. I'm okay with my body size, but I want to be able to not have diabetes. So I know I need to lose a certain amount of weight or a certain amount of inches to have that goal reached. So yeah, it's called Reboot That Booty. This is our goal. We're gonna do it from November 5th to January 5th, right through the holidays, baby. We about this life. You hear me? Shelly done already started hers. Tell us your results again, Shelly.
Went from 44-inch waist to 38.
Come on.
Waist.
Come
I
on.
went from a 54-inch hip to a 50-inch hip.
Come on. And how you feeling now?
I'm feeling good. But I will say, like I was saying earlier, what makes me feel better than the measurements being like smaller, what makes me feel better is literally, you guys, when I was walking up the stairs, because we have a split level home, when I was walking up the stairs to get to my bedroom at night, I was like, by the time I got to the top of the stairs, I was like, oh, am I gonna make it? Now I walk upstairs, I'm like, get it, go down, get it, get up, get it, go down, get it, up, down, up, down, up, down, up and down the stairs all day. Okay?
Up, down, up, down.
No
up,
problem.
Up, down,
not
up,
breathing
down.
Heavy. Nothing. Now y'all did
Nothing,
just struggle putting that baby in that room in there. That's because I had to pick him up. I had to be at the waist. I had to carry him to the room. I had to get him situated with some snacks and stuff. Then I had to come back in here and then try to, for the podcast. But we're still working.
We're still working,
but
baby.
My point is, what makes me feel better than the measurements is just feeling good. Like getting up in the morning and I'm not all achy, going to bed at night and I'm not all achy, spending time like playing with the kids, getting down there with them, like with the race cars and the magna tiles and whatever. Wow. That's what makes me feel better.
Okay, come on, Shelly. I love it. So I want everybody in the chat. We want everybody to feel this. We're starting today, November 5th. Shelly and I and Jean, we're all going to post our before. Either it's weight before, inches before, how you feel now, how you want to feel, and post our goals. And we're just going to go for it. We're going to start Monday, give y'all the weekend to kind of get with it. If you're not on Facebook, hit us up on YouTube, hit us up on Twitch. And we'll just stay connected. Now, let me see. I missed a comment. Somebody said,
Dalen's
one reason.
Asking, I have a few comments. Dalen's asking for a link. Dalen, what do you need to link to? You need to link to the Facebook page. I can drop that if you do.
We definitely can.
One reason made a very good comment because y'all, while I have gone from 44.54 to 38.50, I only lost 1 whole pound. Okay. 1 pound. So one reason's comment was muscle weighs more than fat. So keep in mind when watching the scale. The scale can be helpful, but it's not always accurate, because when I got on there and I was like, 5 weeks, 1 pound, are you kidding me? But then I went and measured myself and I saw the difference in inches. Yeah. So pay attention to that. Muscle weighs more than fat. So you're going to see improvement more in your measurements. And also, Tall Pump said, we see that our clothes fit better. Yes, you're going to see in your measurements and your clothes fitting better, and the way you feel before that scale really does any serious movement. Yeah.
Listen, I got a pair. I wear a size 24 right now. I have a pair of 20 white Daisy booty shorts in my closet. Okay. I've had these shorts in my closet for like 4 years. I put stuff in the Goodwill. I take stuff to the Goodwill like every 2 or 3 months just to try to have it out. I have not given those shorts up yet. Okay. Because I'm trying to get into these booty shorts. Huh?
You're going to wear them this summer.
This summer, I'm going to be in them size 20 white booty shorts. And everybody going to be like, oh. And I'm going to be like, yeah. Reboot, baby. Reboot this booty. You hear me? That's all I'm saying.
You're going to wear them this summer.
I can't wait. And I'm going to keep them shorts until I fit them. You hear me? Actually, I have a lot of clothes in my closet that I can't fit, but I'm like keeping them to keep me motivated. Now, they haven't been motivating me in the past, but if I look at them every day, then I think it'll help me keep me motivated. So,
but focus on, while we're doing this program, this reboot, this booty, focus on a balance. Don't sacrifice your mental happiness for a scale.
Yes.
Don't focus, or inches. Don't sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I've learned, one thing that I was told by a nutritionist while I've been on this journey is that when you try to keep yourself, if you want a burger, eat a burger.
If you want a burger,
remember that TikTok?
go eat a burger.
Was it not a TikTok?
Vine. It was a Vine.
You want a burger?
It was a Vine.
Eat a burger.
Eat
if you
burger.
want a burger,
if you want a burger,
eat a burger. If you want
to
to eat it, you guys. Because the problem that will occur is the more you try to avoid something, you put yourself more at risk for binge eating later. So let's say you've been avoiding a burger all day because you were craving a burger, but you're on a diet. When you get home, you're going to eat a whole bucket of ice cream because you're trying to satisfy that craving when all you had to do was go eat one maybe 200 calorie burger. Now you didn't ate a whole 1,500 calorie tub of ice cream because you thought that was better than eating the 200 calorie burger.
It's not, baby. Listen, moderation. When you got the craving, eat it. That way it doesn't stop you. So if you eat healthy, you're like, man, I just craving a piece of Snicker. Go eat you a piece of Snicker and keep going. As opposed to being like
Snicker.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to eat the Snicker. If you don't do that, you'll eat the Snicker, you feel bad, and you'll be like, you know what, forget it. And then you on a whole binge, and then you have to get back on it. Just do a little bit. Now, Tall Pump says, I'm so glad that you are talking about being healthy. Yes, ma'am. We're glad you're here to listen with us. I'm wondering, do you have in your mind what is a healthy weight for your height and body type?
I don't have in my mind what is like a number. I don't have in my mind what's a number. I know where I want to be, but that's just because like I remember how I look when I was there before. But I don't have an idea of like where somebody needs to be if they're my height.
Me personally, I mean, I was let's see, when I graduated high school, I was 247. Yes, I remember that. I remember that weight. And I felt like I was overweight at that point. Now, right now, I'm actually like probably like 350, 355. I might be 360. But I just don't get on the scale often. So for me, and I'm about 5'7". I'm about, excuse me, sorry. I don't even know why I said 5'7". I know I'm not short like that. I'm actually 5'8".
Yeah, come on with it. Come on.
I'm 5'8", baby. Okay, I'm 5'8". Touching the door ceiling. I ain't touching the door ceiling another way. I'm 5'8". I weigh probably about 350, 360. And so for me, I think a healthy weight will probably be around two, like completely healthy. I think around 200, 210, 230. Yeah. But I was 247 in high school, and I was overweight in high school. But I just feel like that's kind of good. That would be like a good healthy place for me. Now I have been like for the past few weeks, I have been like staying away from pop. I've been staying away from the fast food. I've been cooking a lot. And I like, the vegetables and stuff. I've been drinking a lot of water. I'm actually addicted to Quick Trip ice and water. So I usually go get a cup or two a day for some reason. It's only 35 cents, but I like the soft ice, the crushed ice. So that's kind of been my little journey for these past few weeks. And I've just been trying to stay consistent. That's my issue. I love to work out. I love to eat healthy. I love healthy food. It's not a lot of food I don't like to eat, but my issue is consistency. And, if I have an issue like a bad day or something, then I will turn to food. And so I had to think of healthy alternatives for that, which I know the healthy alternatives for it. It's just a matter of breaking those bad habits and replacing it with the better and the healthier habits. So, yeah. Let me see.
I do the same thing. Same thing. Whenever I've had a bad day, I feel like I need food to help me feel better. You know what has been my saving grace through that?
What?
Chicken wings.
Oh, 7-Eleven chicken wings?
Wings, not breaded, just air fried with some type of seasoning. So like lemon pepper. Oh no, wait, what happened?
From Wings and Things? From
no. I go buy them. I go buy them and I cook them myself. So I'll season them. But Wings and Things is fine. Get you some Wings and Things. They don't bread their wings.
Listen.
But unbreaded, unsauced. Well, I guess you could sauce it if you want. Sauce isn't that many calories. But low calorie, and it feels like you're eating out because they're chicken wings.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like chicken wings?
Who doesn't? Listen, I got a funny story because when I don't know if anybody heard of this guy, but his name is Dr. Eccleston, and basically he's a heart doctor, and he specializes in cases where people will come to him and they will be like at their this was like their last chance to trying to get healthy. They've had massive heart attacks, they've had diabetes for years, they're about to like die basically from their health issues, and they come to this doctor. The Dr. Eccleston basically tells them, gives them a certain diet to eat. It's the same diet. All you eat is plant-based. It's basically being a plant-based vegan. So you only eat fruits and vegetables, not avocado, and no butter, no fat, no oil, just fruits and vegetables. You cook. When you cook in water. And you season your stuff, but you don't put anything extra in it. And basically what was happening was he has 100% success rate. So if you follow this diet, these people who had bypass surgery, triple and bypasses, and have all these issues, they basically, what's up, cousin? That's my cousin Junior. How you doing? Come on in, come on into the room. Basically, today we're talking about health, and I was speaking on this doctor who had all these really bad, the worst cases come to him, and everybody, when they followed this diet, would turn completely around. They'll be healthy. And it's just like, you're just doing this with food? Yes. And so the funny story is, it's related to the chicken wings. My mama was like, we're about to do this, Lena. We're going to do this. Okay. I was like, so no meat at all. She was like, no meat. So she wasn't putting butter in nothing. We didn't have no sugar or nothing. It was just straight vegetables. Whew. It was rough for me. I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. I was like, we can't put like just a little slither of butter to make it taste like something. She was like, no. And so what was going on was I was following the diet, but what would happen is when I left for work or at lunch for work, I would go to 7-Eleven and buy these chicken wings. And I would buy the buffalo chicken wings, whatever. I would be eating these chicken wings at work, but then when I came to the house, I would be eating the healthy food. So I that was also something that I used to get through that whatever. But I actually lost like 30 pounds when I was following this food regimen. I lost like 30 pounds, and then my A1C numbers came down like 3 points. So it definitely worked for me, and I always wonder how much more it would have worked for me if I wasn't eating them 7-Eleven chicken wings. So, if you need a little this and that, just get a little bit and keep going. Simple as that. Simple as that.
See.
Now, my question is, what do y'all think as far as like the obesity scale? Where do y'all think that America falls? Do y'all think America is the most obese country, or do y'all think that they're not? What do y'all think? What would you guess?
America is the most obese country. Sorry, I was cracking up at the chat because I don't know if you saw me, but I just gave Sean to Nick, and Tall Pump said in the comments she's cracking up because it looked like I put the baby on a hook in the closet.
Oh man, I can't take it.
So just for reference, guys, that's the door. The closet's like right here, but that's the door. I didn't put the baby in the closet.
You say, you know what? But I'm trying to do this podcast. Hang them up.
Jay Ward and Shelly. Jay Ward and Shelly both. I think we're definitely the biggest and most obese in anywhere.
Well,
we're unfortunately, so that's a part of the research that I did in preparation for the show. I wanted to kind of compare the U.S. to a foreign entity, and not to that, like, I'm obviously we have talked about like the Asian doctors and the Black community, but the country that I chose was Asia. So I compared the BMI averages in Asia to specifically Japan to the BMI averages in the United States. The average man in Japan is a 23.6 on that scale, on that BMI scale, on that index that you see at the doctor's office, and then the average woman is a 22.5. So the one thing I noticed about that was that they're literally a whole 1 decimal off from each other. So it's like, as much as we want to say, oh, women should be these dainty little skinny, oh my God, and bikini little things, Clearly, they don't have to be. And then for the United States, the average man is 26.6. So 3 whole points above the average man in Japan, and the average woman is 26.5. So these are just averages, but when you look at the amount of people who are obese in Japan compared to the amount of people who are obese in the United States, the reason why our scale tips to the higher end, and it's 3 points, but the reason why our scale is higher is because we have 25% more obese people than they have in Japan.
That's interesting.
Absolutely crazy to me. I don't know what I know that we have like a McDonald's on every corner. So maybe that's the causing factor, is that we have more access to fast food. And I remember living in Hawaii, that was a common thing. In Hawaii, there's fast food places, but they're slim. Like they're spread out across the islands. Specifically, the island that I lived on was Oahu. They're spread out, and you can find concentrations of them, but they're not everywhere. And Americans who moved to Hawaii had a big problem with that. Why can't I was one for a moment because they didn't have Chick-fil-A, but that was my own device. But you would see it all the time, like on Facebook page. Why can't I have Chick-fil-A? Why is there no Popeyes? Why is there the McDonald's line is always so long? And it's like, try a local option. Like, try some Hawaiian food, y'all, is phenomenal. But try some Hawaiian food. You need you a spam masubi. You need you a loco moco.
Now spam ain't
other than
now spam ain't good for you.
You know what?
They love spam down there.
They love spam. I always thought it wasn't good for you, but they put it in everything. Ramen,
I don't know.
rice. They have spam at McDonald's.
But I'm not gonna say that spam.
Get, big breakfast with sausage at McDonald's in America, and on the mainland in Hawaii, you get a big breakfast with a pile of rice and 3 pieces of spam.
I'm not gonna say spam originated from Hawaii. I'm gonna say somebody brought spam to Hawaii and they just took it. They just liked it so much they just embedded it in the culture. Because I know they really love, like you said, I knew they had the spam at McDonald's. I'm like, what y'all doing over there in Hawaii? But
yes, and Tall Plums just made a good point. She said, look at the list of foods that are downright banned in other countries that we hoard in the United States. I was going to get into this. In Asia, it is illegal to serve any cup bigger than a 21 ounce. So, for instance, this is a 16-ounce Starbucks. This is a grande Starbucks. The next size at Starbucks is the 21 ounce, the venti. And then I don't know if any of you know this, but Starbucks now here in America has a Trenta, and it's a 32 ounce. It's that Trenta size is only in the United States. It's illegal in Canada, and it's illegal in, well, I don't know if it's only in the United States, but it's predominantly here. But they don't allow them in Asia, they don't allow them in Canada, and they don't allow them in some places in Europe as well.
Listen, when I went to China and we went out to the restaurants, and we were in, like, all of the kids, I was younger, I was in high school when I went to China, and we were ordering, oh, let me get some pop, I would like to have Coke, I would like a Pepsi. And when I tell you, they was bringing these little bitty cups of pop out or juice out, and we all was like looking at each other like, why are these cups so small? They will not give you a bigger cup of pop or of juice. They will not.
You hold the cup in your hand like this, and you
like, it just shocked us all. Like, we was just like, what kind of life are they living over here? Like, I'm thirsty, give me some pop. But they do not. Yeah, that's true. They will only give you the small portions. They don't have the bigger portions. But you know, it's interesting. I want to go to this website. I was looking up the obesity rate and where we fall on the chain of the different countries or whatever. So I went to procon.org, and this was updated about a year ago. So we'll put it in the chat. Y'all can look at it and check it out. But I thought that the US was going to be number 1 as far as the obesity level. But as far as what I see, we actually are not. So America is number 12 on the obesity level, with 36.2% of adults being obese. The number 1 country is Nauru. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's a little it's a little island between Hawaii in Australia, and they are at 61% of adults that are obese. So we're about half of them. Now the
But I
last
wonder what
person,
it is per capita. Like that's a small island compared to the United States. So per capita, are we pretty even or what?
they even it out. So even though it's
Yeah.
we have the larger amount of people, it's even so that you can actually get an actual number, and it's not because they only have like 20,000 people on their island, But it's like 61% of their people, 31% of our people. And then the last country who has 2.1% of obese people. Can you guess what this country is?
Wait, let me guess. New Zealand. Auckland, New Zealand.
Auckland?
That's a city. New
Let
Zealand.
me see. New Zealand. Let me see. It's not New Zealand. Do you got a guess?
Okay, wait.
No,
Let
I
me get
don't.
another guess. Let me get
You
another.
need
She
another.
gave
Go
hers
ahead.
up.
Go ahead.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Yeah, Shelly's gonna take mine. Shelly Welly
Go
got
ahead.
me.
Go ahead. What's your next guess? It's not New Zealand. I'll give you a hint.
Can I get a hint?
It's an Asian country, I believe.
It's
Yeah.
in Asia? Okay.
The population of Nauru is smaller. But they have they how they can give you a statistic, but they even it all. So it's not necessarily because America wouldn't be way more because it has way more people. It's like we do have more people, but they do it into a way where it makes all the countries equal, so you can actually get an actual accurate number. So we'll put the website on there so y'all can look and see. And it's been a year since they updated it, so I'm sure it's different. But I think the world been kind of busy with COVID that they, ain't nobody updating. No, we ain't worried about obesity right now. We're worried about COVID. Okay.
I'm gonna say Japan.
I
feel like that's wrong, Japan, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
What is that? Somebody said North Korea.
No, because North Korea, they're wealthy, and I feel like in wealthier countries, they're like naturally bigger.
Well, I didn't know anything about Nauru. I never had even heard of the I never even heard of the island, but they also have experienced what everybody else has experienced, and they got the the people who came to their country and they brought a lot of westernized stuff, a lot of westernized food, and a lot of people stopped eating a lot of the natural stuff, because that's what I would think too. You're on the island, you probably eat natural food, but that was what they did in the past. But now they eat a lot of processed food, just like everybody else. They have grocery stores over there now, and so they they become more obese, and a lot of them have diabetes. And so that's kind of what happened to their island. So that's why they're at the top. What was your guess, Shelly? I forgot.
Japan, but I feel like it's wrong, but I guess Japan.
Japan, okay, North Korea. The actual last country on this list, with what is it? 2.1% of obese people is Vietnam.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
2.1. Can you believe that?
See that?
Listen. Let me see. I see some comments. My comments always leave. Let me see if I can pull this back up.
The reason why I can see that is because pho is Vietnamese, isn't it? And I feel like that's probably one of the healthiest foods that I've ever had. One of the healthiest soups specifically that I've ever had.
Which one is it?
Pho? Pho is
oh, yeah. Yeah. I've never had it, but it looks good. It looks good. I would taste it.
Yeah. Northern Vietnam.
Yeah. I think that it's always interesting how when you go to Asian restaurants or like an Asian buffet and you see what's on the what they feed us. Now, if you see one of their workers take a break and then they eat something, they don't eat anything that's on that buffet thing. They don't eat any of that breaded stuff. They don't eat any of the noodles. They might eat the rice, the plain rice, but you will never see them with all that food that they feed us on their plates. They have some type of soup in the white rice. So it's interesting.
Yep. Someone asked about white rice earlier in the chat. I don't know why my chat has disappeared, but they said that there's been rumors that white rice has died. Who said that?
The GOAT.
The GOAT channel.
The GOAT.
I mean,
Junior.
Yeah, June.
So I have heard that. I've heard that white rice has died, and I've also heard that it's like plastic pieces. So There's something to that, Junior.
This is the processed food, you know. I don't know what natural rice look like, but I would imagine it is something like sugar. Natural sugar is not necessarily
Let's
white,
see.
but the sugar that we get, the granulated sugar is white, and it has been dyed, and it has been, you know, processed and all that stuff. So I would imagine that it is processed because you know, they want things to look a certain way and all of that. But when you go to like the Hawaiian, they have a Hawaiian restaurant down here. They feed you a mountain of white rice and then like meat on top. And I was just like,
Yep.
whoa. Mm-hmm.
That's how it is in
And
Hawaii too.
yeah, it's interesting. I like I think doctors tell somebody like me who has diabetes, rice is probably not the best thing. You can probably eat a little bit of it. Maybe the brown rice that is more natural is good for you because it's a slow carb. But I would think the white rice is not necessarily that good for you because um, it's just calories, empty calories. It's not a lot of nutrition that comes from it.
This is crazy, this process of rice. So basically, white rice is dyed because every form of rice that grows naturally grows in some type of like tannish, brownish color. I mean, I haven't gotten into like the intricate process, but yeah, white rice is absolutely dyed.
Yeah.
Which,
but
how do you make a brown thing white? You bleach it. So it sounds like white rice is bleached. Yikes.
Listen, it sounds interesting. I'm gonna keep eating it. I'm gonna keep eating it. When I go to Chipotle, they say, "Do you want white or brown rice?" I usually get both.
Brown is so good though, Lena. You should try.
I usually get both. I usually get
you do?
white rice, brown rice, black beans, and pinto beans. That's just what I get. Let me get half and half of all of that. Let me get the peppers. I want half sofritas, half chicken. Let me get the pico de gallo. Let me get the medium. Let me get the sour cream and cheese and some guac.
No.
And that's usually my that's usually my Chipotle order. Huh?
No, ma'am.
What you mean?
Take off the pinto beans. Take off the white rice.
And sometimes I do
half chicken, Lena.
Sofritas.
Why are we doing half sofritas, half chicken?
Because sofritas is tofu that's healthy and chicken tastes good. I'm confused.
Oh, are the sofritas? I haven't tried them. Are they good?
It's bomb. Anybody who has not tried the sofritas at Chipotle, and we don't have a sponsorship with them, so this is truly purely from the heart. Okay, try the sofritas. You think about it and you say, "Oh, tofu. Tofu don't look right, soybean, all that. I don't want to taste it, but it's really good. They make it with peppers and stuff. Try it."
You know what that sounds like to me?
What?
You don't even need the chicken, so you should just be getting sofritas.
I mean, chicken's not unhealthy.
Black beans, sofritas.
Nothing's wrong with Chipotle. The only thing wrong with Chipotle chicken is the amount of salt they put in it. But chicken is not unhealthy. It's actually very healthy for you.
You think it's salty? I gave up Chipotle, y'all, because last time I went, it was bland.
Listen, it's bland. They ain't got the right people in there seasoning it. I love it. I love Chipotle. Now, it's not salty to the taste, but if you look at the nutritional value, if you put it into some type of calorie counter, that sodium level is so
really,
it's so high.
Wow,
so I'm just for that. I can't eat tofu. Why can't you eat tofu? Is you allergic? It don't even taste like tofu. I'm telling y'all. I made some sofrito back when I wasn't eating meat. That was a long time ago.
Yes, I remember those days.
Listen, I'm into the meat game now, but back when I didn't eat meat, I tried to make some sofritas tamales. It was so bomb. Tofu, peppers, these poblano peppers, and you put all this stuff in there, and it just tastes so good. And I was just like, oh yeah, I could cook a little bit. You hear me? I whips it up in the kitchen. Whips it up.
We know.
Okay?
We know that pound cake. That pound cake story.
Yeah. If I make pound cake for you, you better like it. You already know what's up.
But I want to wind this down because I want to have time to get into a couple good turn that thing around. We're going to, everyone has the info. I'm going to drop real quick the link to the Facebook because I think that's what Daylin was asking for earlier. But everybody has the info for reBOOT that bootay. We're starting on Monday. Monday is weigh-in. So either send weigh-in to me, Lena, or STL on Twitch. Or you can post your weigh in anonymously or with your own name on the Facebook page. I'm gonna send that Facebook link after I get done talking, because I can't talk and type at the same time. But I'll send that Facebook link here in a minute. Make sure as you're going through this wellness journey, you're creating a balance for yourself between mental wellness and physical wellness. A slip is not a stumble is not a fall. If you slip up, get up and keep going. If you stumble, get up and keep going. Fuck it. If you fall, get up and keep going. One bad day does not have to mean that you gave up and you lost the race.
Right.
Keep
Come on.
going. Have the food you eat. Have the
just
food
like
you
the
need to make you feel better.
Yes.
And figure out a way to do better. While you're eating that, whatever, 4 chocolate chip cookies from the cookie factory, think about how you can make these cookies healthy. Maybe you can make them with like carrot batter or something. I don't know. But think of alternatives while you're indulging so that you're not just giving up.
Or make the cookies yourself from homemade, and it'll probably be more healthier because you don't have to put as much sugar in it.
Homemade cookies are way worse. Are way worse.
They're worse,
but they are because you make them with like full fat butter and like
all of that. Listen, all fat ain't bad fat.
But you can find healthy alternatives. So everybody get into it. I want to see people doing better, living well. Not just trying to be skinny, but living well.
So even if you're not, so if you could post your weigh-ins. Let's say you just want to like be more active. You can post, okay, I want to start working out 3 times a week. If that's your goal, okay, I want to put on some muscle mass. If that's your goal, if I want to do inches, if that's your goals. We are an inclusive reBOOT that booty type of group, okay? So whichever is going to be your goal, if it's weight loss, if it's inches, if it's muscle mass, if it's eating better, put your goal in there and we're going to all put it, work together to do that. reBOOT that booty.
reBOOT this booty.
Because one of my goals is going to be to enlarge my booty, okay? So I'm going to be doing squats. I'm going to be eating protein. And I'm going to take a picture of my booty right now. And at the end of the challenge, I'm going to take a picture of my booty. We're going to see if it grew. Okay, I'm eating collard greens, but I ain't going to put no butter in it. What they say that grow a booty? Collard greens, Cornish hens.
No, you need the butter. You need all the fat and all the protein.
I'm going to get the healthy butter. I can't believe it's not butter. You feel what I'm saying? And we're going to get this booty to where it's supposed to be. Okay, that's going to be one of mine, just so y'all know. And Psalms 4, I see, okay, so you're allergic to the soy product. So, okay, I get that. So, yeah, stay away from that tofu. But you can make something. I might find a recipe for you. That might be an alternative because that sofritas is so good. You probably can make it with chicken. Oh, my God, you probably can. Or something. But it's good.
No, so, I need to go. I'm going to try Chipotle one more time. And I'm going to try the sofritas this time.
Shirley, look you up because sometimes, people is making that food, okay, at Chipotle. So you need to look at the Chipotles that's closest to you, mommy. And then you need to see the reviews, okay, because folks be reviewing stuff. Whichever Chipotle got the best view. Listen, I went to this Chipotle the other day, and there was this man at the front bar. And when I tell you this man was making these bowls, like, he was piling these bowls so high he could hardly close the thing on the side. And when I tell you,
I need that kind of server.
All the like when I tell you these people was paying for their food and then they would grab a 5 or a 10 out of their pocket and tip the guy. They only tipped him. It's 3 people at the Chipotle line. I ain't been that long. I haven't been that many times, but I know it's 3 people up there. He kept getting all these tips and stuff. I was like, come on. So look at the reviews. The best one that got the best reviews, go to that one. You already know what's up.
Psalmist 4 said, yes, I make sofritas with chicken and fish.
Listen, okay. I was saying I would give you a recipe. Listen, send me your recipe for the fish and for the chicken because I'm trying to cook. I love cooking anyway, so
I need to get into it.
Yeah, I want the recipe. That sounds great. Okay, so we're about to do turn everything around.
Turn that thing around. Love to hear.
Angel, you cut me off. Shelly got her jingle for her turn this thing around.
All of these weeks that I missed it, I was trigger happy. I've been sitting there just waiting.
You made look. SEO was on it this week, honey. She said.
Sorry about
and
that.
Dean said, "Smash the button."
Smash
Listen,
that
I
button,
was trying
honey.
to get it. I was trying to get
I'm
it.
ready.
You like turn that thing around and it's like nothing happens.
Okay, so y'all know what turn that thing around is. Y'all know how we get down. This is our last segment of our podcast. And basically, what we want to do is inspire y'all and evoke y'all to think about the positive in any situation, especially the negative ones. Because the belief is that if you could get into a negative situation and see the positive in that, nothing can stop you. Do you hear me? See the positive in anything, you can't be stopped. So that's the point of turn that thing around. So here we are going to hit you with some scenarios. Y'all give us your advice of what you would do and how you would turn that thing around in the comments. We're going to hit it with Shelly, and then I'm going to hit it, and Shelly going to hit it, and we're going to go forth. Let's do it.
Let's go. So ready for my first one.
I'm excited.
The pandemic restrictions are lifting, and you can finally start working out again. You get on a scale and you notice that you've gained about 30 or 40 pounds during the quarantine.
Oops.
Now you're wanting to lose all of it, plus gain some muscle and tone up. You don't really talk to your significant other about this because it's something that you just want to do for you. So you jump into it. 6 months down the road, you're fit, you've lost the weight, and you feel great. But you notice your person, your bae, your boo, your significant other is looking at you differently. They move funny around you. They're not really wanting to touch you or be around you as much as they normally did. You approach them about this and they say that they like the weight that you had on before and this new body that you discovered is not their cup of tea. Turn that thing around.
No. Yo, this is actually something that I'll be thinking about and feeling sometimes because being a bigger woman, I don't necessarily like pursue guys. Usually the guys that I talk to, they pursue me and they like my body type. And so
They
it's
like
always
that
something
figure.
yeah, so I always ask guys, what if I decide to lose the weight or whatever? And I always get the response, well, I'm gonna like you or love you at whatever weight you are, da 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 da. But if you like somebody who's bigger, that's probably not that might not be the case, or you might have to grow to like their new body. How would I turn anything around? I probably would put it on them. That's how I would turn them around. Yeah, I would like plan a really nice night and like get like super freaky and put some new moves on it. Couldn't quite get at the, and then now I could do, because I see some moves on TikTok and I have tried some moves and I'm just like I need a little more practice in that, a little more thigh muscle in that. So I would put the new moves on them, let them see what's the pros of this beautiful new body. You feel me? Like we have fun with this body in the beginning,
So you're
but
gonna
we
show them
also
what this new body can do.
What this new body can do, baby. I get a little lower, a little closer. You hear me? So that's what I would do. And then once they feel that new skill, once they see it and experience it, they're gonna be like, you know what? I can work with this. I can work with this. Okay. And this new body, I'm going to still be cooking, well for my person. So, if they like my cooking, I'm not just gonna switch it up and like, no, we ain't doing no butter room stuff. People like, I like butter. I'm like, I'm gonna put butter on yours, baby, because that's what you like. So I'm not gonna turn that around, but I will turn around, what I can do with this body. And then I think that would be like, you know what, I can rock with this. I can rock with this. Yeah. That's what
Crazy Berrytown said, back that donk up on him and give him a BJ. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. Okay. Now we already do all of that. That man
can't like what he like. What if he don't like the way you back that donk up? What if you just don't smash him no more? He want that smash. He want to lay down and feel crushed.
Listen, we can do all of that. And this is a thing. There are some men who I forgot what it's called. It's called I don't remember what it's called, but they like that when it's a big person on them and they like to feel the weight and whatever. But I mean, listen, we're gonna buy a weighted blanket. I'm gonna get on top and put the weighted blanket on me. And you know what I mean? So there's ways. We're gonna try different things. If you can only have fun with one body type, I think you need to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
It's the weighted blanket for me.
Yeah, put that weighted blanket on me.
Put it on like a cape and then hop on top.
Like a cape. Are you ready, baby? You'll be like, I don't know. You looking kind of small. Listen.
I'm dead. Dead. You're done.
Hold a center block. Not a center block. Okay, yes. I'm going to do something.
Not a center block? What? Y'all trying to kill the man.
I'm going to do something. Right. I put a little Kim Kardashian booty pads. Well, listen, it ain't a lot of booty back there now, but when I get in certain positions, it looks real nice and full. So it's okay. I might leave the booty pads out.
Switching the positions on you.
Listen, when standing up, you be like, okay, you got a little thumper back there, you got a little something. But when I get into that face down, ass up, you be like, oh god damn, it's a full moon out this. Yeah.
Okay.
It be the position for me. It be the position for me. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all got me on TikTok. Face. Isn't that how they do it on TikTok?
Yeah.
Down.
You hear me? It's my favorite. I'll be like, take a picture so I can see later. Because it's nice around the floor. So it's a position for me. Okay, here's mine. Shelly, you ready? It's been 2 months strong, and you've been doing your thing with this healthy life choice, okay? You've lost 15 pounds, and you can see it too. You go out with the girls who you usually have a good time with, but you realize there are bad influences on you as far as your healthy lifestyle. So now you decline invitations to dinner with them because you want to stay in that straight and narrow but you feel lost because you don't hang out with your friends anymore. Turn that thing around.
I would start hosting the events. Start hosting the events at my house and preparing the healthier selections. Or maybe I'll say, come over, let's do a workout video together. Let me teach you what I've been doing. Let's go to the park and walk with our kids together. That's what I would do. I would start hosting the events or making the suggestions. So instead of them always being like, let's go to Red Lobster, let's go get brunch, I would be like, yeah, let's go get brunch, but at this new vegan restaurant. Or I would be like, come by my house and I'll make brunch and I'll make some healthy options and then we can work out after or go for a walk after. That's what I would do. Bring them into this world so that they can also have an appreciation for these things.
Yes, because I think this happens a lot, right? And a lot of your habits have to do with the people that you're around and you know the habits that you have. So a lot of people might be want to start losing weight, but the people around them don't. So then you have to figure out, you know, do I drop these friends or what do you do? But I love your turnaround. You just invite them into the world and you like, okay, I'm a host of brunch. Let's go walk. And I think that's great. That's a great turnaround.
Yep. Tall Pumps made a good point. She said, or when you go out, there's always something on the menu that can help you stay on your plan and maybe show them how to eat healthier too. That's a good idea too. I like that.
That is. But you know, I have an issue. For some reason, I have a block. Because when I go out to a restaurant, I look at the salad portion and I just am like, why would I pay $15 for this salad? If I'm going to pay $15, I'm about to get something I really want. So that's usually my block when I go out to eat. So I had to work on that.
I do the same thing. You know what I do to kind of like offset that?
What?
I make the salad my side. So I'll go ahead and order the pasta or whatever, but I'll make the salad my side because what do? They bring the salad out first. So now I've eaten the whole salad, and when my meal comes, I'm not going to just crush this meal.
That's a good way. That's a good way, Shelly.
You can defeat it, girl. You can defeat
it. Yeah. I grew up where if you didn't eat all the food off your plate, you know, you had to. So it's like embedded in me.
Don't even get me started.
It's like embedded. If you don't, I have to eat all the stuff off my plate, and even eat all your food before you take a drink. I even have that. I even have that.
You don't.
So
my husband is very much the same, and I had to tell him, like, especially with the kids ain't gonna eat a whole plate. They're not. They're just not. but also for himself, like, don't stuff yourself silly. You paid for a meal to satisfy your needs. If you're satisfied, leave the rest of it alone. You don't need to eat all of it. Like, sometimes they serve you too much. You don't have to eat all of it. Satisfy yourself and move on. Because he will eat all of his food. And let's say I didn't eat my food. Maybe I wanted to take my food for lunch tomorrow. Nope, he'll eat all of my food. And then we'll get in the car and he'll be like, man, my stomach. Well, bro, you just ate like enough for 5 people. What do you mean your stomach?
Shirley, it's embedded in us. It's like,
listen,
it's embedded as much as.
Tell him, like, you paid to be satisfied. That's it. What they brought you might have been too much for your satisfaction. That's all you paid for, was to be satisfied.
It takes a lot of mental flips to leave food on my plate.
I get it, but he still ain't got it.
Crazy Berry Town said, split your your entree up. Ask for a box up front and take half of it home. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. What's your next?
You want to do one more?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I love doing turning things around. So much fun.
Okay. So this one's good. This one, you're going to have to think about this one. You prepped all of your food for 2 weeks. You did good. You went grocery shopping. You cut up all your veggies. You got everything in the individual storage containers, including your snacks and your drinks. You're finally ready to dive into this wholesome, balanced diet, not some like starvation thing. You've balanced everything out. Instead of, that was the side track. Instead of the fads that you followed before. You put everything in the fridge. So you get ready to go for a jog. I'm so sorry that this is botched. I voiced to text this and now I'm reading it and it looks horrendous. But anyway, you get ready to go for a jog and then hit the smoothie shop at the local vegan place afterwards. When you get home after a few hours, now you've ran, you've gotten your smoothie, you've walked home, you're home. You go to grab one of your snacks from the fridge and you notice everything is gone. Your roommate says that she thought you packed everything up for your monthly donation to the homeless shelter. So she dropped it all off for you. Turn it around.
No, she done donated all my healthy food to. Because you know the healthy food is more expensive than the processed food. She done gave my healthy food to the homeless folks.
Everything is gone.
And whose name is on the lease? Is it my name on the lease and I let her stay with me, or both our names on the lease?
Both of your names on the lease. You split all bills. You split rent. You're both on the lease.
She almost got put out right then. She better be glad her name on the lease. Oh Jesus! Oh,
but she's
Lord.
also like your best friend. Like, she's not just a roommate like that you found off the street. Like, she's
that's even worse. That's even worse. Like, what?
She thought she
First
was
of all,
you. She sees you working out. She knows you don't have a lot of time. She was like, "Oh, Lena packed up all her homeless food. I'm gonna take it down to the homeless shelter."
My cash app is Phoenix Leor. Send me my $150 that I spent on this week of food.
But because, you know she broke. Y'all both broke living in this apartment together. She ain't got it.
Listen, you better call your mama and get that money for. Because what am I gonna eat? Call Miss Daniels, how you doing? Sarah over here acting a fool, and I gave my food to the homeless folk. I need you to go ahead and run me. Phoenix Leor is my cash app. Run me my $150 so I can go in and get my food.
So you gonna call her mama for her?
Your daughter ain't got no home training. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's what I will let her know. That's what I will let her know. Yeah, and I'm blaming you because if she can't get the debt together, I gotta get to the next of kin, and you the next of kin. So I need that money.
Salma said the same thing. She said she needs to run me my money because I can't eat friendship.
You can't eat friendship.
No.
Come on, Salma says. This is how I'm gonna turn the thing around. I'm gonna sit her down. I'm gonna burn a little sage whilst we talking, and I'm gonna say,
"You gotta cleanse."
I gotta cleanse. I'm gonna grab her hands. And I'm going to say, sis, baby, honey, best friend, what's going on? And I'm going to say, I don't know what you had planned tonight. but you don't have any plans anymore because we need to go to the store. I'm gonna need you to buy everything I just had and replace my stuff. And God is gonna bless you that you gave my food to the homeless, but now you gotta bless me because you took my blessing away. That's
You
it.
gotta bless me, and that's
It's not an
You gotta
issue.
bless me,
It's
sis.
not a problem. But you gotta repay me now. Bless. Now I might have to get out there to the homeless folk asking my food back. Well, you know.
No.
Excuse me. Sir, yeah. Uh, that she. Let me get that back. Let me get that from you. I'm hungry.
Yeah. No.
And I got here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Give me my food back because that was expensive. Okay.
Tyrone said, "Has she paid for rent this month?" Y'all can't put the girl out.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. And don't let me get that renewal information because we are not renewing, okay? Because obviously you didn't read the contract, the roommate agreement, okay? Now you knew that wasn't no homeless. For homeless folks, people make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They give dollars or $3. They might go get $1 from McDonald's. Now you ain't never seen nobody give homeless folks a whole cooked meal with the vegetables and the chicken and the rice and the balsamic vinegar. They don't. I just can't deal with it. First of all, do you know how much the meal prep containers cost? They're expensive. That's number one.
See,
I'm about to be out there with the homeless folk. You keep playing with my food. That's all I'm saying. I'm about to be one with them. I'm about to be with the sign. My roommate gave my food away and I can't afford it no more. So please make right what you've done wrong. Make right what you've done wrong. That's it.
I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you.
Leave the food with the
So
homeless
she gotta
folk,
pay you back and get out all at the same time.
If she pay me back, she ain't got to get out. But we definitely gonna. We need to know. Don't throw nothing away until you talk to me. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to be cleaning out the refrigerator. Like, what are you doing? You're doing my chores. So I don't understand what's going on. Maybe she just broke up with her boyfriend
that
or
was never
her
even
woman,
your job. You had no
and
business.
she just was trying to be busy around the house. Well, listen, you need to put your emotions some other place, okay? Because now I'm
thought
upset.
She was helping you.
I can't take it. Yeah. That's how I would turn it around. Give me my money, and we can continue to be friends. But if you ain't got my money,
I can see it. She's got to pay me back. She's got to pay me back for sure.
Right. Exactly. Pay me for these meal prep containers, okay? Because they like $2 a container. Microwavable and reusable, and I'm just like, what were you thinking?
What about her heart, y'all? Her heart was in the right place. She saw everything nice and beautiful for the homeless people. She was proud of you for making things look so eloquent to give to the homeless people.
That's not what happened.
Her heart was in the right place.
If I've made all this stuff for the homeless folk, let me get the blessing. Let me pass it out. Oh, bless you, brother. Bless you, sis. Don't take my hard work and you go pass it out to the homeless folk. Like you done did something. Bless you, bless you, bless you. It ain't even got the same energy. You ain't do nothing. You was on your way to work. I mean, you know what I mean? What's up? What's really going on?
She was just trying to be helpful. That's all.
She done took my blessing is what. Exactly. Her heart should have gave her food, tall pumps. Her heart should have. She should have bought the food.
That is too much.
Simple as that.
Today has been great. Want to do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more.
Let's do one more. And then call it a day.
Okay, so here we go. Being the biggest person in your family, you get a lot of flack. Okay. Your cousins, on the other hand, get none. They all have health issues, but you have none. Yet you are the one everyone says can stand to lose a few pounds. You had a lot of build up resentment about this with the family members. So turn that thing around.
Look, I got a slick mouth, and I cannot stand it when family members comment on things that is not their place. So you worried about my weight. You need to be worried about your husband. Because I saw him over there on 45th Street with Linda Ann.
Not Linda Ann.
A little too friendly. And you, Barbara, you need to be worried about your credit score because I saw that repossession truck leaving out the driveway last week. We can go there.
Oh,
if we're
Jesus, can't
making
even keep the
comments,
car.
Shelly can comment back. Okay, I have a very slick mouth. We can do this if we want to do this.
You busting the folks out, Shelly.
Don't worry about these hips and thighs and things. Worry about the reason why Leroy, you leave the house at 6:45 a.m. and Leroy Jenkins pull up at the house at 7:10. That's what you need to be worried about. Because the block talks and I talk back. I'm
not
just
the
sharing
block
information.
talks. So you
Just
keep
sharing
talking
information.
crazy. You keep talking slick. I'm gonna say a little something back to
Mind
you.
your business.
Then they're gonna be saying, Shelly one of the disrespectful ones. She don't know how to talk to grown
really
folks.
Turn the thing around. That was just a snapback. Okay, if I really wanted to turn it around.
Well, how would you turn it around?
I would probably.
You can't even see the turnaround. You're just like, hey, keep talking slick.
I would probably make suggestions. Same thing with the other one. I would make suggestions or bring more healthy meals to the more heart healthy meals. Not necessarily like rabbit food, but more heart healthy meals to the family events so that people can see what I consume. Even though I may be overweight, I am healthy. I have good blood pressure measurements. I have good cholesterol. My A1C is fine. So I would bring more heart healthy meals to the family functions so that everyone can eat better, live better, so that Miss Stephanie can meet with Mr. Leroy Jenkins at 7:10, and so that Uncle Johnson can meet with Leanne on the corner of 45th and Main every Friday at 6:45 p.m.
I like
That's
it,
what I would do.
You done turned it all the way around. You showed us how you wouldn't turn it around. You had to let the folks know. Listen, too many more comments. And we're going to get back with you. And then you came back around. By the way,
these are totally fake names. This is not my family. My family does a very good job at not making comments like that. I'm making all of this up, but I'm just saying if we can snap, I can snap back. That's all I'm saying.
Simple as that. I love it. Turn that thing around. This has been your edition of Turn That Thing Around. So good job. We got some good things in there. I love all the comments. Yes. Y'all was right there with us.
Wonderful.
We want to thank y'all for coming in here today, man. This has been a great conversation. Want y'all to remember to go into our Facebook page, reBOOT This, and it's REBOOT, and we're going to start the reBOOT That Booty. We're starting that today. Please send in your Facebook. Measurements and stuff before we're going to start it on Monday. So Shelly and I and Jean, we're going to post our stuff. We want y'all to get into this with us so that we can have a little community and be there for each other. I want to read this quote. Let me see if I can see it. Oh, it might be a little too small. I do need glasses, but I just ain't been to the eye doctor because I don't like the eye doctor and all of that type of stuff. So let me pull it up on the phone. Here it is. Exercise to be fit, not skinny. Eat to nourish your body, and always ignore the haters, doubters, and unhealthy examples that were once feeding you. You feel me? You are worth more than you realize. 100%. 100%. That's what reBOOT is all about. Growth, prosperity. I don't know. I feel like a preacher today. I wish I had an organ behind me. Growth, prosperity, and living your life to the fullest. So once again, we just want to thank y'all for coming in here with us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. You got Shelly Welly. She's Shelly Welly on Facebook, TikTok, which she just started. I can't wait to follow it. And Instagram, and Twitter also, right?
Yes. So Instagram and Twitter are Miss Shelly Welly. My TikTok is actually different. My TikTok is Bets on Shelly. Oh. So it's at BETTS on Shelly.
Okay, awesome. Okay, dope. Well, please also follow me on Instagram. I've seen some follows, so I just want to thank everybody who has come on there and followed me. Appreciate you. Mine is LEEOR Music, which is Leor Music. So love to engage with y'all on Instagram. Please follow our YouTube page. It is reBOOT This under STL. And we always post every Friday at 2 p.m. Thank y'all again. I'm going to leave it to Shelly if she wants to say her last words. And I cannot wait to start this reBOOT That Booty with y'all. And we're going to continue to do great things.
No, I think you wrapped it all up really well. So thank you guys for joining us. We can keep talking in the Facebook page. I have nothing else to do but chores. So let's keep talking, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
You guys did a great job. Please copy that raid sign. Please copy the raid sign.
Yes.
And we're going to hold on, and we're going to get our outro out of here. And our moderators, I want to give it up to the Rebel Inc. I always appreciate the Rebel Inc. for being in the house and being ready. Thank you, sis.
Thank you, Rebel Inc.
Yes, you guys did a beautiful job as always. And listen, from spiritual thought leader, as I always tell you, peace for your journey.
Growth, reBOOT, longevity, reBOOT, understanding, reBOOT, and integrity. Me and you, reBOOT, we on the road, reBOOT, grass, reBOOT, self-discovery. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it with my people, like mine. What you gonna do when you need reBOOT? What you gonna do?